You can't just put your foot down in this thing whenever the mood takes you. Unlike any other car, you've got to prepare for it. You've got to think, is there another car within a mile of me? Is the road smooth? Is it straight? Only if you get a yes to all those can you really give it the beans. Switzerland, see what they make of it. Nein, it is too noisy, get it out, get it out!
While Jeremy was thundering over the Alps, James was making my life a misery again.
James, why can I see the bed?
Because we couldn't go over the mountains, mate. I didn't tell you this. We had to route down towards Nice and go along the coast a bit, and then we'll head up.
I'm sorry, the ones in the aeroplane in this race can't go over the mountains.
No, mate, sorry.
So, Jeremy's car can go higher than your aeroplane, as well as faster.
This was a major blow, because while Jeremy had already cleared the Mont Blanc tunnel and was steaming towards Switzerland, we were heading southwest over the French Riviera, and whichever way you cut it, that's the wrong way.
Yep, car-friendly Switzerland, and sure enough, they'd sent a welcome party. Come on!
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine, how are you?
We're going the wrong way. We're heading southwest. Towards Nice right now.
You're heading toward Nice?
We have to go around everything. Apparently there's a big tree that could be a bit tricky for us. And,
But no, stop, Richard. Did you say you were heading for Nice?
Laugh. Just don't laugh. Is your car sounding like it might break down in the next 10 minutes?
No. You've no idea, mate.
Oh.
It's phenomenal. It goes like a... So, an update on the race for you. I'm winning by miles.
James, I've got no fork.
Yeah, it's not allowed on the flight.
Well, it's just as well, because if I had any cutlery right now, it'd be sticking out of your neck.
The slow Swiss A-roads gave me time to reflect on the Veyron's difficult birth. You know, when the boss at Volkswagen turned around one day and said, look, we have bought Bugatti, let's build a car that has 1,000 horsepower and does 400 kilometers an hour, a lot of people said he was mad. They were faced with a Herculean task, and what they've created is something spectacular. You can't really think of it as a car. You've got to think of it in terms of Concorde or the Saturn V rocket or the SS Great Britain. It's a huge, giant leap forward. It is an engineering hammer blow. Certainly, the Bugatti is more of an engineering triumph than James's plane.
We've got no bloody forks.
Stop whinging about the ready in-flight food, man. And don't jig about, because we're climbing, we're struggling a little bit.
I am not jigging. How rubbish is this thing if I can't even lift a chocolate bar to my face without it crashing into a mountain?
Even though there are these huge cooling ducts here and the engine has no cover at all, that thing has 10 radiators. 3 to cool the engine itself, 3 for the intercoolers, 1 to do the axle oil, 1 to do the engine oil, and 1 to cool the hydraulic fluid used to raise that rear spoiler. It's got more radiators than my house.
With Jeremy storming through France, James was preparing yet another lump of disappointment.
Hammond, we have to stop for fuel.
But why didn't you put more in?
Well, I filled it up. That's as much as it takes.
So we've got to pull over for petrol?
Are you familiar with the basic principles of flight?
No.
One of the problems we have, because the aeroplane is heavily loaded, is that we need essentially more lift, so we have to fly with the wings at a slightly higher angle of attack.
Oh, God.
So obviously one of the problems...
With those two looking for fuel, I was busy using mine up. So much a throttle that my right foot's on, it's a hyperspace button. World's going backwards! Now we're moving, this is fast. Oh yeah, coming at you. Things were looking peachy for the car. I was storming toward Dijon while the Wright brothers were being refueled in Saint-Étienne 150 miles behind, which wasn't pleasing James.
How do we say, stop being such a trade unionist and get on with it?
One day those guys are going to find a means of transport that's better than a car, but I don't think today is that day.
We shall continue when we pick that up later on, and that is...
Please, let me get back to the Bugatti, because you see, the thing is, you might not need four-wheel drive with a puny 350 brake horsepower, but trust me, you do need four-wheel drive when you've got 1,000 horsepower. OK, now just think how hard it is to get 1,000 horsepower onto the road, OK? Imagine how strong the gearbox has got to be. Now, this was built and designed by a British company, OK? And I've watched the man who ran the project become an old man in like 5 years. I'm not kidding. And I said to him, look, you do Formula One gearboxes. And he went, yes, but this is way faster than any Formula One car. And a Formula One car doesn't have anything like this much power. And the gearbox in an F1 car has only got to last 2 races, like, what, 4 hours. The gearbox in this has got to last 10 or 20 years, and it can't weigh more than a bag of flour. This is so much more than any car you've ever seen. I mean, it's as easy to drive as a normal car, but it goes like a bullet. And then when you're going down the mountain road, it handles like a Lotus Elise, which is why, in the race we're having tonight, I am just creaming it.
And breathe.
Yes. Anyway, yes, the race. We are taking our 2 truffles from the north of Italy here, and we're heading for a restaurant at the top of the NatWest Tower in London here.
So we rejoin the action with James and me in the private plane, which is like a sort of toaster with wings on it, down here, and Jeremy in his amazing Bullet car about here, 150 miles ahead.
How they think they're going to beat this?
Look at that sky above us, it's fantastic.
This is a race!
And we're winning overall.
Apart from in the sense that we're several hours behind Jeremy in his car.
I was feeling so cocky I was dreaming up games to amuse myself. Just had an idea. I'm ringing an insurance company, see how much it would cost to insure this car for me.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Are you the people that can quote me happy?
You said it's a car.
It's a Bugatti Veyron.
Is it a car?
It's a car, yes.
May I know your last name?
Clarkson.
C-L-A-R-K-S-O-N.
Yes, B-U-G-A-T-T-I.
You said it's a Rover.
No, it's not a Rover, it's a Bugatti.
No, sir, we don't insure this car.
You don't insure it?
No.
So I've been through all that. Oh, okay, thank you.